God, these are some quite boring things, actually.
Yeah.
Zinger burgers,
Oh,
because
for fuck's
KFC were like,
sake.
we haven't been mentioned for a
This
while.
was Marley's third KFC with a fortnight of it. He must be sick to death of this stuff.
She had to trade clothes from each housemate.
Oh.
So we had to give up a night of clothing. She shared that, shared it with Marley, and Ari thinks that she is trying to make a pact with Marley.
Oh.
The chicken pact.
The KFC handshake.
The Colonel's secret handshake.
Colonel...
What's he called? Colonel
Sanders.
Oh,
Colonel Flanders! That's the guy from The Simpsons. Oh dear. Tilly said about Adriana and Danny, they are an iconic duo. A literal train wreck. Hold on, you can't be an iconic duo and a literal train wreck.
You can on Big Brother.
Those two things don't go together, although I do agree they're an iconic duo.
Iconic. Can you imagine? Like people wearing t-shirts with Danny and Adriana on them. Iconic.
They're the new Chilltown.
Queen.
Actually, that didn't end well. So then Danny was like repeating everything that Adriana said.
Why was he doing that?
So
it was annoying for me as well.
People who do that just need punching in the face.
People who do that just need punching in the face.
So it's just like,
it is very juvenile.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And then this caused Adriana to untether herself.
And then she got punished.
Rule break. I'm not doing it, Big Brother, she said. Shout out to the GC. I'm not doing it.
Get that fire exit door. They had to, as a result, sleep outside.
Is that bad, sleeping outside? It doesn't look
Not
that
in
bad.
Australia, I don't think. Although I would be a bit concerned about the possums, the spiders, and whatever else they got creepy crawling around there.
Were those little bunnies still outside, or were they? I think they could put them in at night, don't they? In case. Do they have a fox in Australia? Would a fox come in? Do they have foxes in Australia?
I don't think it can scale the wall of the Big Brother garden.
Doesn't seem like a thing they would have in Australia. A fox.
That's some sort of wild dog, probably worse.
Yeah,
like a dingo or some shit.
A dingo, yeah, or a crocodile. Coming into the garden. Fucking hell. Apologies to our Australian listeners.
SJ and Sid were in the attic, and SJ said, I could pledge to protect you if it was reciprocated. What do you think of this? SJ will just say whatever anyone wants to hear at the given time, won't she?
But how's she, like Tilly said, how's SJ going to protect anyone because she can't win shit?
Oh, yeah.
You can say what you want, and you can say what you
never know, it
want.
might be a downward dog challenge.
But you never know. You never know. You can make all the deals you want, but if you can't win nothing, they're meaningless.
Didn't Christina say something similar along the lines of that? Like, you can have the numbers, but it doesn't mean shit until you
Tilly
win.
and Christina were having that conversation. But, when the attic come open, I noticed there was fake cobwebs hung up
Dan
there.
said that, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and that would just remind me of the Invisible Man, when the Invisible Man was in the attic. No, she was in the attic and then she pulled the paint on him. Have you seen the Invisible Man?
No.
Oh, don't bother it, shit.
Is it an 80s film?
No, it's with Elizabeth Moss.
What does that mean? Is it a 90s film?
Elizabeth Moss, she's the woman at The Handmaid's Tale.
I don't know. I haven't watched that.
Yeah, but she's quite a famous actress.
Well,
she's probably like the
around here,
most famous actress. Yeah, but that's because you're a heathen. She's probably the most famous actress at the moment. Anyway, yeah, it was a remake of the old.
She's not the most famous actress at the moment.
Well, she is if you're my age.
SJ told Sid that Danny has been mentioning Sid as the third person.
SJ.
What, the third person? Wait, she says that Danny's mentioned Sid as the third person.
Yeah, but she's like, every time he mentions your name, I say no.
Yeah, she has said she won't vote against him. Is that true?
Yeah, bollocks, she couldn't give two fucks about Sid either, no one does.
Sid told SJ that the only way he can see her going up is if Tilly wins the competition. Sid was starting to try and put a target on Tilly. Jesus, Sid actually did orchestrate Tilly's demise, and it worked.
I thought it was quite impressive, actually. I don't know why you forgot about it.
Because I'm too invested in Tilly's story.
Bitter. You're a bitter man. Sid said, if I see a chance, I'll have to take it. And I put, I like this, Sid. And that's when we had Tilly saying, doesn't matter what deal they make if they can't win a challenge.
Yeah, you're right. That was it was the next day. It was the morning of the next day. Tilly isn't bothered if Sid and SJ make a deal. Yeah, because they can't win the challenge.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, tempted fate there. Backtrack.
It's quite interesting to look back, actually.
Sid's going to watch that back and be like, nah, you know, gloating. Jack said, my boyfriend, why don't Tilly and Christina work together? They'd make a strong team. It's funny how they're both sort of like the same age, good-looking girls, but they're sort of on the opposing sides, aren't they?
Well, it's like repel each other, don't they? Because of that.
Jealous.
Threatening. But do you remember when Christina grated, what's the name? Mel in the pushing challenge.
God, I forgot who that even was. Oh yeah, that was good. I like Christina. I'm glad she's still there. I like every single person in the house, to be honest. Apart from probably Sid. I even don't mind Sid, but I don't want Sid to win.
Do you like Adriana?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like her.
It's funny because...
I don't think she deserved to win, though.
No, but she's the last intruder standing, which I guess just shows she's the smallest threat that came in. But
dead weight.
It is kind of... I do feel like this year, the tail end of who's left is a lot more likeable than last year.
Just a bit.
And
Well, I mean, there was only one likeable person in the whole house last year, so...
Yeah, but I feel like we know them better as well.
Actually, two, if you count Chad as well. Yeah, I feel like we know them loads better. Is it because this series has been on like weeks longer than that one?
I'm not sure, but I felt like come the final of last year, we didn't really know Sarah anyway. No. Just knew she was short.
Was she even in the final?
No. No, but I felt like we didn't
Sophie
get to know
was.
her.
I feel like I didn't know anything about Sophie at all. She's just a gorgeous...
What can I tell you about Sophie?
...looking person with big lips.
Her family lived in Holland. Is that even right?
Yeah.
And she was...
fancies Chad.
Wasn't she like some sort of sports person?
Sports, yeah. Olympic hopeful.
And she went to the White Room.
Yeah.
The White Room was good though. She came out a little like husk of a woman, didn't she?
Sid said, if me and SJ are here after tomorrow, we can review forming an alliance. He's going to take a view on it.
Review?
Look at that. Form the alliance or don't form the alliance. We don't need a fucking tribunal about it.
Did you notice that Danny immediately said to SJ, I hope you didn't make a plan to vote me out. Danny's very nervous, isn't he?
He should be.
He's got absolutely no chill.
He's like the new Katie going up and whispering in people's ears.
Marley was clearing the air with Sid apparently, telling Sid the whole chain. Oh, he told him the whole chain from Christina to Danny.
And he was like, did you say this, Sid?
Sid said no.
Sid said no, but Sid looked guilty, don't you think?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. So and you could just tell he was lying.
Sid saying that he didn't say it. Marley was saying... This was the thing. Okay, during that conversation, Marley kept saying, I couldn't believe it, though. I couldn't believe that you'd say that. So he was almost sort of letting it fall out for Sid to just go... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe it, and you're right not to believe it. It's like, Marley, have a bit more fucking gall about you.
Give him an out. I know Marley's not like that, is he? Marley's just sort of like, goes along with it, and it could be to his detriment. Marley said, I don't want to have to pull out my eye early.
But Marley is lucky he has his eye, because he's naive as fuck.
Nice.
Sid claims that he isn't just here to make up numbers. I bet you could have fooled us. Danny wants Sid out. I knew something was coming because Danny said, and it was in the show, worst case scenario is Sid wins. And I thought, this is foreshadowing.
And Sid said, if I eliminate Tilly or Danny, it breaks this game wide open.
Does it though?
Not really. It just gets out one more big player, so it does help. I wouldn't say it broke it wide open.
Why are both yawning already?
Because it's 10:10.
Shit. Next, they went into the Noms challenge, which was in the yard. I put the eye as sitting there to remind everyone, but it wasn't actually that. It was part of the competition.
Wasn't
it this like really convoluted three round challenge or something?
Oh yeah. So they had to spin round in a swing. And they had to climb over...
Oh, yeah, go dizzy.
They had to climb over the thing with the balls. Was that this one?
This challenge I've written has got 3 rounds, and round 1 has 2 heats. Yeah, spinning in the swing, and then they had to balance that eye on the stick.
That was it, yeah.
And then walk with it.
Oh, yeah, so it wasn't the ball one. That was a different one.
It's not that one.
That was for the money. That looks so hard.
Balancing that eye and walking with it looks hard if you're not dizzy.
Yeah.
But even if when you're dizzy, it's even more hard.
That was ridiculous.
How fast were those swings spinning as well?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Well, how do you feel about when someone says, "Is that clear?" and someone says, "Crystal"?
I like that, actually.
Don't you think that's just something people say in films they don't actually say in real life?
Sounds like something people
Crystal.
say in Australia.
Crystal. Someone said that. Oh yeah, Big Brother said about the rules. Is that clear? And someone said crystal.
Probably Marley.
Crystal.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
I think I
cringe.
might try and pick that up. But I don't think anyone would ever say, "Is that clear to me?" in real life.
That's what I said to Jack. This is one of those things that we start saying like as a joke, and then it just becomes something you say, and then people look at you and think you're an idiot. Like half the things we say on this podcast.
So the first heat was won by Sid and Christina. And the next heat, which was the same thing, spinning with balance in the eye, was won by Ari and Marley.
Under his eye. That's a Handmaid's Tale reference.
The next round was the swing again. Then I've written blocks and sandbags.
You had to throw the little bean bags at the blocks in the eye. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Sid
was different.
Sid was determined.
Was he?
He was like a maniac. He's like... Sid was desperate to win it.
And he'd win it, he did,
the new
with Marley.
Beast. The new comp beast.
And then in the final round, they had to do that swing, do a balance beam, go on up and down a seesaw.
Oh my god.
And then something with balls. Oh, was it bounce the ball into that off of a trampoline?
That this as well? Fucking hell. Oh yeah.
Was that off a trampoline into
the cage.
A basket?
I thought they had to do the whole lot into the cage, but it was just... Was that this? Oh yeah, it was.
Time will tell.
No, I don't think that was this. I think that was
and
the
it wasn't
ball
because
thing.
Marley won that one.
Yeah, you're getting your comps confused.
Well, I've
here.
written, what's the balls? I've written there's balls involved in this one.
There wasn't. There was bean bags. There was no balls.
There was, because I wouldn't have written balls here for no reason.
You've written balls
there's a swing,
you're thinking about balls.
There's a balance beam, there's a seesaw, and then there's some balls.
It was just a balance beam. Ah.
I'm telling you, there's balls in
there
some
was
capacity.
No balls in this comp.
There are.
No, there ain't.
You will find that Alfie Sheridan will prove you wrong
no,
on this, because
you're
there
wrong.
is
I know
clearly...
for a fact you're wrong.
I've written balls.
Just because you've written balls, that's meaning. That's not
You
a
will
legally
find that
binding
there's
contract.
balls in both of these competitions.
No, there's no balls here, just bean bags. Gaz is going to get the episode out.
I will.
I know you fucking will.
The round before was the beanbags and the blocks in the eye.
Yeah. Alright, let's move on.
Anyway, Sid won it.
Yeah. Sid won it with the fucking beanbags, I swear.
With the balls. Sid's
What was
nomination.
happening with the balls then?
He was throwing them at something, or balancing them, or...
With the trampoline, that was Marley won.
Yeah, it's not the trampoline one, it's a different one.
Go on.
Sid's nomination. Sid was lying that he planned to play safe and start fighting. This is my notes. Sid was lying that he planned to play safe and start fighting at the latter stage of the game.
Oh yeah, he said he'd been biding his time.
He's
to
already
win a
failed
comp.
to make a big move.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, mate?
Yeah.
Rewriting your own story.
Yeah, they always do that, don't they?
Danny cut deal. Oh, he nominated Danny because he cut deals with everyone apart from him.
Yeah, he's the only person that Danny can't work. I put
Marley to flush out the eye, which makes a lot of sense.
Wouldn't that piss Marley off doing that?
That's a good point. It's
Yeah.
you just backtracked and tried to patch things up with Marley, and now you're taking out his power.
Yeah, you're making him use his power.
Because it would be better to keep the power in the game.
If you were really tight with
him.
Marley. Yeah, exactly. It's bollocks.
Tilly, because she was such a huge threat to me, a challenge beast, I'd be remiss not to do it. It's remiss.
Remiss, I'd
don't
be
say that.
stupid not to do. You'd be remiss not to, pick up your keys before you leave the house. Something like that.
I do get what it means, but I just don't really hear it. It sounds quite archaic language.
No, it's all good. It's fine.
Christina was smoking a banana on the sofa.
Was she?
She was holding it like a cigarette.
You've got to hand it to Sid. This is a power move right here. Putting up Tilly and Danny, those are strong noms.
Do you know what else he did? He went to sit on the sofa amongst all of his nominees.
Ooh.
And all around him was Danny, Marley and Tilly.
Ouch. He's a steak.
During the announcement, SJ said, "Whoa." And Danny said, "Good play, Sid."
Danny went...
Tilly said... No, Tilly is giving it the well-played lips and a nod, I said. The sort of
Oh, yeah. But then she...
Cried.
Went off. It was weird seeing Tilly sort of upset and vulnerable like that. Normally I think of her as being quite tough.
Like unflappable.
Yeah. And she said, he stabbed me in the back. He actually stabbed you in the front, I think you're fine.
She said she wished she listened to Christina. There you go.
Yeah.
Even Tilly said that herself.
Should have had that girl's alliance. And she's